What is up, my guys, and welcome back to the channel known as Azure. As always, I am your most endearing host, Daniel. And before we get into it, you already know I gotta get rid of that YouTuber BS out of the way. If you like our stuff, you know what to do. Don't like it, you already know what to do. Questions, comments, concerns, you already know what to do. As always, links to everything else, Twitch, Discord, and Instagram will be in the description below. But now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. Wow, really? This just released this Monday, I think, of the recording. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Honestly, the way that Justice League happened back in 2017 kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I liked it for what it was, but I knew it could have been a whole lot better. But yeah, I'll probably have to do a video on that soon once the new Justice League movie comes out. But yeah, the trailer for Justice League, Zack Snyder Justice League, what people are calling it, or the Snyder Cut, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, it looks better, a lot better than the whole movie did. Like literally, the trailer's 2 minutes long, and it looks a whole lot better than the actual movie. So yeah, quick rundown is basically capping off back to where Batman vs Superman left off at. Like it's gonna be like it's basically an entire new movie in a sense, but it just borrows stuff from the original, from the not original, but the first trial of what Justice League was. So yeah, expect to see a lot more Zack Snyder-esque type thing, where we what's it called? You see a whole lot of darker elements and no Joss Whedon, no Brett Ratner type comedy type things. Not that that was technically bad in the movie, but I mean, with the whole DC universe tone, it kind of really didn't fit unless like it was like a Wonder Woman movie or maybe Shazam. But either way, like we got to see a lot in this trailer and then not a lot at the same time, because mainly we already know what this whole story is. So the things we saw in this trailer were, and I'm going off the things that I find most interesting, were Darkseid. And literally, Darkseid, the fact that we actually see Darkseid in this is a big plus already, because he was only name dropped in the freaking old movie. So it's really nice to see that he's actually probably going to be an actual character in this movie. And plus, like, his CG doesn't look that bad. Like, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's probably not the final product, but for what it looks like, it honestly doesn't look that bad. Next, we see Steppenwolf in his original design. We already know that was going to happen, but yeah, just to see it again, like, honestly, I kind of didn't like his original design. I want to say, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I mean, it really didn't seem right in a sense. I'm not hating on it. It didn't seem for me, but as I kept looking at it over and over again, analyzing like what the armor actually does around him, I gotta admit, it's grown on me. It's grown on me. It kind of looks like a blend between what we saw in Batman BVS, Dawn of Justice, and in Justice League. Like you can still see his face, and he looks more monster-esque type way. But Steppenwolf looks decent. Like I want to say that his design looks decent. It grew on me. That's what I want to say. Next, we see what's it called? The black suit. Oh my god, Superman's black suit. This is something I've actually been waiting for to see. Like honestly, I liked the black suit and the Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman storylines. Like honestly, that I'm probably gonna sound like a whole fanboy or like a discount fan of DC saying, "Oh my god, the black suit was so amazing." But yeah, like it looks amazing and it actually had some use in the comics. Like, I don't know if it's gonna have the same use here, but it could. Like if you guys don't know, the black suit actually absorbs more solar energy and just directly puts it into Superman, rather than have Superman just absorb it through his skin and everything like that. Like it amplifies the amount of solar radiation he gets, that way it heals him faster in a sense. So yeah, that made an appearance. Honestly, I kind of liked. I want to say like this design is not terrible, but it's also not good. Kind of like with the whole Steppenwolf thing. Like honestly, it just looks like a black version of Man of Steel's suit. And I mean, like I know that's what it's supposed to be, but I mean, come on. There's a big difference between the black suit in the comics and the regular suit in the comics. So why can't you just do that? Really, like get rid of the cape, make him have a bit of longer hair since he actually died, amplify the silver S, put some silver cufflinks on him like how it is, and like open up the chest area a bit more. Like come on, there's little things that I honestly think, like if Zack Snyder claims to be the biggest fan of DC that he does claim to be. Like he doesn't claim to be the biggest fan of DC, but he claims to actually know the comics and the source material and everything like that. Then come on, man. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm honestly not. It's just criticism, just really healthy criticism here. It's constructive criticism. That's all I want to say. Then of course we get to see Bruce's monologue, or we hear Bruce's monologue about how he needs to assemble a team. Alfred telling him, is your team really ready to face this? Can your team really take on Steppenwolf? And if so, if they can take on Steppenwolf, can they face Darkseid? And then we see cuts between like Diana, Aquaman, Flash. We actually see Iris in a bit of a longer take from what the original was, where she's being saved by Barry Allen from a car crash, and that's good to see. Like honestly, I wanted to see what this version of Iris actually was gonna be like in the first Justice League movies. I'm sad that it got cut. And like yeah, honestly though, the biggest surprise that probably gonna put in this would be Jared Leto's Joker. I did not expect him to come back in this DC universe, considering how poorly he was received in Suicide Squad. But I gotta admit, it looks better. Honestly, he does look better. Like I was okay with his original design back in Suicide Squad. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I also wasn't the biggest hater. I get it; they were looking for a whole different aesthetic, stepping away from Heath Ledger and everything like that. But I mean, like the tattoos weren't that bad of a deal. Some of them were okay. I never understood why people hated the whole damage type thing. Like, I guess it puts some emphasis. Like, yeah, that's kind of ironic or unironic in a sense. That he'd have damage tattooed on his head where like his brain is supposed to be, I guess. But I mean, that didn't really bother me. What bothered me really was like the whole ha 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 tattooed all over his like chest area. That kind of bothered me. Like I didn't get that. Like I never really understood why that needed to be. Same thing with like the grill he had in his mouth. Like why put the grill there? If anything, just leave his teeth like yellow and making it seem like he doesn't have actual any hygiene or anything like that. Like how I want to say like an homage to Heath, but I mean come on, like you know damn well if you see the Joker, he's gonna have yellow ass teeth because he doesn't give a damn about his actual personal hygiene or anything like that. He's gonna smell like chemicals. He's gonna smell like shit. He's gonna smell like a whole bunch of other stuff. He's gonna look nice because of his suit, but you know damn well he does not take care of himself that well. So yeah, honestly, like there's also a bit of an homage to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker where he says we live in a society and everything like that. But in this case, he's talking about the whole apocalyptic world where he says we live in a society where honor and dignity are a thing of the past, and so on and so forth. I mean, like yeah, because like you're living in Darkseid's world in a future where he won, basically. And yeah, that's taking it back to Bruce's nightmare back in BVS, Dawn of Justice. And so yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what they're actually gonna go with that, because like we already know what this story is gonna be, but also that's only half the story. Because if you know, Justice League was actually a combination of both halves of what the original Justice League concept was supposed to be, where it's supposed to be two movies in different parts, but they just mashed it together because well, Warner Brothers wanted more money and so on and so forth, and like Zack Snyder left the project because of a family emergency, and I get that, and I really wish that instead of pushing on with what happened and continue on filming, they really just took a step back. People would understand, like yeah, take a step back because like he needs time to grieve because his fucking daughter committed suicide, and so yeah, Warner Brothers could have pulled the project and people would have understood. Like it would have been a little heated a minute, like saying, "Oh, come on, he can still do it," but no. The real people know that if something like this happens, then yeah, you need to take a step back and like just go through the whole process of grieving and everything like that. Yeah, really, I'm just hoping that we see everything that Zack Snyder wanted to do, because I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm also not his biggest critic. I enjoy his movies. I enjoyed 300. I enjoyed Watchmen, and I enjoyed Man of Steel. All of them to varying degrees, and so on and so forth. But this one I was really excited about. Like he was gonna go all out and everything like that. So I'm really excited to see like what exactly he had in mind. Like honestly, if it's anything like how the original concept was, then I'm probably gonna enjoy this film, and probably a lot of you guys are gonna enjoy this film too. But I guess we'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, as always, if you guys like this video, you already know what to do. Don't like it, you already know what to do. Questions, comments, concerns. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I gotta get that out of the way. And as always, if you guys have any recommendations, you already know what to do. If anything, if you want to talk in private, hit me up on Discord or my new Instagram. You guys already know. But yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm really excited for what this is. I'm gonna mark my calendar for March 18th. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be up all night on the 17th, waiting for the whole midnight release. And so yeah, once that drops, I'm probably gonna record a video right afterwards. But yeah, other than that, let me know if you guys want me to cover any other DC movies. I really want to cover BVS, my opinions. Same thing with Justice League or Joss Whedon's Justice League, I want to say. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.